always tell my prayers, Big D. I said, I think we're just a generation too late. Just a generation too late. He said maybe two. I was like, I know we're at least one generation late.
But you know what though? The reality of it all is that you guys are actually right on point. Although y'all may think y'all is a generation too late, stuff like that, but you're actually not.
Well,
because you're the generation.
Y'all doing it.
Yeah.
Y'all is the generation
Y'all doing it.
that's gonna be turning this all this shit all around.
That's what I try to put the energy in to hope that there's a bigger ideal other than just the four walls here, just the gentlemen here that show up. I truly believe there's a big idea. Now I may not necessarily know where that road ends or what that bigger ideal will be. I just try to contribute my part to it.
And I say that to say this here is that I see where y'all going. I know where y'all came from, and I know where you're going.
Oh yeah, you.
And I see this, and you guys are actually, like you said earlier, the next generation of this.
When I tell people all the time, when I'm talking about my OGs, my OG, we get down and hustle and talk about this thing and try to make some sense of it, and I want to bring back the fun to it. Mm-hmm. I think the setup lost the fun of it. It like what you said with the picnic. I was in and out that picnic all day. Mm-hmm. But the people that I got to interact with that I hadn't seen in a while, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That was fun to me. Just seeing everybody got their tent city and everybody's kicking it, everybody's stopping at everybody's tent city, everybody's hollering at each other.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking fun to me.
That was started a few years ago. And I liked the part of each club provided their own food, and then everybody can just walk around to everybody's campsite and eat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what makes it
that
fun.
was cool. That was cool in the game. I like that aspect of bringing back that fun to it. When you said bring something for the kids and everybody doing their thing.
But the only thing about this one, see, at first it was the coalition.
Right.
The coalition was doing it. Mm-hmm. It was okay, but like you said, from campsite to campsite. Right. Mm-hmm. The thing about what we did it together.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Since
right. We put it on the table together. Mm-hmm. Each person was cooking. We brought food and put it on the table where everybody can get in a line. We didn't have to walk from all around the park. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, but to me that was fun.
Okay, that was okay. Because you might not want to, walk all around.
You might not want to walk around, true enough, but
because you might stop at one campsite and sit there till the day over with.
Right.
But at the park where we did, all the club was together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right there together.
Okay.
And they ate together.
I didn't know no better. I wasn't at it.
No,
but it's all good.
No.
I knew about it, but
next year you can be my special guest.
I like it. Right. I like to go into different campsites, seeing with people, having a few conversations, and a couple sidebars here and there, and this, that, and the other, and a little politicking and this, that, and the other. I think that type of foundation event is something that SET needs. I think we need to bring back fun to our own club events, you know what I'm saying? We're not a club that hosts a lot of events, but when we do, we try to, have it as fun as possible. But I like to see some of the old school biker games come back and stuff like that. That shit I miss.
Twisters.
Well, what I was talking to you about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm still working on that.
Still working on it? Okay.
Okay, Twisters had a dance this year.
Yeah.
Valentine dance. That's the first time I seen a band. They had a band.
a live
band and a DJ.
Yeah.
That was really awesome.
That was unique.
That was different. It came back different.
Right.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Right. I like
It brought back all the days.
Oh,
They had
without
the
a
bands
doubt.
and the DJ.
I was like, what the hell?
That was good.
And they were good too.
Yeah, I know them guys, Tony. I know them guys. They've been playing a long time.
And see, and that's the thing to me is I think a lot of the older clubs is catering to the younger clubs,
Sure.
and not catering to their lifestyle.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
100%.
We got to get back
Yes.
to
But
that.
they played
You know, like
our
what
era.
Yeah, they played our music.
Our era of music wasn't no hip hop off the wall.
Yeah.
And that's what made it good for me.
Oh, yeah, I agree with what you said.
Good turnout.
You know, a lot of people really enjoyed that.
Yeah, good turnout.
Oh, yeah.
Good turnout.
Yeah, I thought they had a good crowd too.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, me
I
too.
did too.
Although I was
Yes.
working my ass off.
Yes.
So, and really to me, I think when you say get back to the fun of things, I think a couple of things was mentioned that we need. One is structure.
Sure.
The other thing is we gotta represent our age. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I think that once we get back to that, then we can bring back the fun in the whole biker scene. We'll put Milwaukee back on the map. Milwaukee is known right now for Harley Davidson, true enough, but
There's other things here.
there's other things here besides that. You know,
There's a
you can
vibrant set
go,
here.
you can go to various places down south, and when they do it big. You know what I mean?
My Memphis crew, down there on that set, who's ever got bike night or set night or whatever, whole set goes.
Okay.
Each clubhouse has their day,
Right.
Okay.
and the
Exactly.
whole set. They go and support that thing.
Right.
Even if there's two on the same day, they go and
Exactly.
support that.
That's the way it
That's the way it used to be here.
Right. But that's
Oh,
what-
we sitting at the same time.
But that's what he's saying. We got to get back.
It used
how
to
do we
be
get
that
back
way.
to that? You
Now-
know what I mean?
Yes.
And while I'm not a big set night person, I recognize the value of that and what it can do for your set and supporting each other and things
Right.
of that nature. So, you know, I applaud them on that. You know, it's old, I recognize right away that was old school values.
Yes.
But see, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of that, now, they probably do that, but they do that with the people that's kind of like them.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna go to no goddamn,
Off
some of these
the wall.
other clubs and stuff, that's bullshit, shit like that and stuff, and you know, where
Right.
they gonna be drumming all of those shit
Right.
there, and, you know, all that kind of shit.
Exactly.
Somebody might end up taking one of them, somebody's bike, or somebody look
Right.
at somebody kind of crazy, like shit, they wanna fight and all that old shit like that. And they kind of, people that, they kind of like mingle with the people that's kind of like them. And the people out in California, they've been doing it forever.
Forever, yeah.
It's been like that. And again, like you said, it used to be like that here. I don't know what it's like in Chicago now, or
I used to know, but I don't know no more.
some of the other Midwest states and stuff like that, because I haven't really been spending a whole lot of time. When I go to other states now, because we got chapters that I go to our shit, and that's that. And I don't ever talk to them guys there about, well, what are y'all doing? Y'all hanging out in these other clubs and stuff around here, blah, blah, this and blah, blah. And then you can just pretty much figure that out without having to ask them by the people that you see
Sure.
at your set.
Sure.
You know, and you know who fuck with you and who don't. So
Right.
you know 9 out of 10, well, you know your bros is going there too, fucking with them. So, and that's how that usually go.
Now, we mentioned coalitions, federations, coalitions, that whole thing. I don't have a problem with them in base nature. And if you follow where I'm coming. They're only as strong as the set will support it. Meaning that your coalition gets weakened when the other entities, and I'm being careful here, right? 'Cause everybody's cool with me. They know me, they know where I am, they can
Right,
they can come,
right.
they can come see me if they got a fucking problem, right? But I don't make an antagonistic relationship between me and them. And I'm speaking for myself, I'm not speaking for my entity. Your coalition, confederation, or whatever you want to call it, gets weakened when those actions are taken outside of what your coalition is standing for.
Right.
So at some point, if you're going to have a coalition, right, these entities have to be supporting of that. 100%. The days of just, I'm going to pick and choose, then there's no reason why I have a coalition. That's just my own personal opinion.
I got a question for the OGs. How everybody doing?
Hey, that
You
was
mentioned we got to get back to structure. How do we get the younger clubs, the younger individuals who are not OGs or don't know the way, into structure of the old way without actually dictating them, or you know how some people, you can't tell me nothing. You know, how can we get to them to teach them structure without feeling they have to be forced into structure?
My answer, I'll speak first. My answer would be, okay, you have a cookout or a dance. Okay, everybody knows about it. When they come to that door, it's not per se verbalizing, okay, we're not having no shenanigans and stuff, but, okay, you come in, the moment something seems like it's finna get out of hand, I'm sorry, you got to go. Once they recognize the fact that you ain't standing for their BS, you ain't got to post no sign up, ain't nobody got to put no handcuffs on nobody, just tell them right away, you got to go. Whoever you are. That's, to me, that would be a start.
Yeah, and I think there's many pieces to the puzzle, but the main thing is the OGs have to stick together. If you get 5 clubs together in the mature clubs, they have to stick together. They have to move as a unit. Then the rest will follow. You can't be stagnant or, you know, separate individuals and expect the younger group to follow what the whole MC scene is about. You just ain't gonna have it. What I see a lot of individuals here in the city. I see a lot of individuals, old and young. We gotta, like, sitting us down at this table right now, we would represent the core group. If we move as a unit, everybody gonna follow. But if they know we had this meeting right here, and you guys go one way, we go somewhere, then who are they gonna follow? It's just like at our house. You know, the mom and dad gotta set the example. If we don't have that, then we're gonna get what we got. That's just the bottom line. I don't think there's really no other way. And like she brought up, like if it's a set going on, I think in most clubs, they need to know, Sergeant at Arms need to know they role. They need to know they role. And when we come together, Sergeant at Arms got to step up and do what they supposed to do. That's just the bottom line. It ain't no, like you said, playing favoritism. You know, all the branches on the tree got to work together as one. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just what we're missing.
Sure.
You know, in most clubs, I don't see the Sergeant at Arms being Sergeant at Arms. And they like key to any set. You know what I mean?
Well, since like I mentioned to my right-hand man, a lot of people don't know where those positions come from or what they do or what they're supposed to do and function. And while, like my man Black Dragon from Black Sabbath, he writes books about, I like his books because he took the time to write the thing down. It was stuff that we knew, right? And we learned, but our word of mouth is leaving us because we got the internet now. So he took the time to actually write it down. Now, whether you agree with all of it, part of it, or whatever, to me was not the point. The point was that he took the time to write it down, right? And then from there, you can build your building blocks off of it. But we're all book kids. These kids are all internet kids, right? So that's a whole nother different avenue of it. I had a conversation with him about this whole YouTube thing and Facebook and all this other stuff. We're on the back end of it. You know what I'm saying? These kids are killing it. You know, me and him are on the back end of it. Because why? Because of our age. We're in our 50s.
Right.
You know, so we're on just the tail end of the cusp end of it. I told my 20-something-year-olds, great nephews and stuff, I said, I don't know how y'all ain't rich. Y'all stay on this fucking thing more than anybody around.
Got everything right there.
There's people making millions of dollars off this shit and y'all playing games.
Yeah.
You know, trying to post your raggedy ass card and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? While other people getting rich off of this thing, I said, this ain't my generation. I'm on the tail end of this thing trying to catch up on this and do what I can while I have the medium to do
Right.
so, you know. So that was just my ideal regarding, you know, the whole coalitions and things like that. Like I said, I don't have a problem with them in base nature. But like you said, if all the other branches ain't cooperating, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Well, see, a lot of the other branches ain't cooperating either. It's because they don't have any leadership. That's what it really boils down to be.
Sure.
And that means that somebody needs to take initiative to say, hey,
Step up.
some weekends we get around and say, hey man, let's just take a ride to, let's go to Madison. Come on, let's go to Madison. And then you get this guy's road captain, and this club here road captain, this guy here road captain, and say, okay, now this is what we're gonna do before we take this ride this weekend. Us gonna take a ride, we're gonna go to Green Bay. And we're gonna learn the ins and the outs and the do's and the don'ts. And the pattern of traveling this highway before we take these guys. So everybody be on the same page. So when you get ready to roll up out of here, and this guy in this club right here say, okay, I got all my people together right here. Now you guys here, when we leave here, whoever you leave with, when we get to wherever we stop, I'm expecting for that person to be, you two people to be there together, and et cetera, et cetera. And the next guy is supposed to do the same damn thing. You know what I mean? Learn how to inspect these. The road captain's job is not only just to pick the pack down the highway. It's his job is also to make sure everybody's bike is okay to go down the highway.
And safety.
That's part of being a
That's how we learn pack ride.
You got to inspect them people's bike, your club members' bikes. See if they got a slick tire or something like that. If it ain't good enough, say, hey, bro, look, you know, we really nice to have you out here and everything, but that tire on the back of there, man, or on the front there, you need to get that off of there. Said you got headlights hanging out and all that kind of stuff. You know they don't work, tail light ain't working and stuff like that, bro. Hey, we get out there on that road. When you get ready to hit brake, we want to make sure that the next guy behind you know that you're hitting brakes too.
Sure.
So you need to have all this stuff fixed, you know, and they need to get on that page right there from the beginning, and then everything's falling into place. Sergeant at Arms, all of them need to get together one day, so everybody be on the same page.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Each club. Send all your sergeant arms over here. We're gonna sit down and then we're gonna talk about sergeant's arms today.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
and secretaries of club, what it mean to be a vice president opposed to being a president. When do you feel like
So
you need a
everybody
vice
be on the
president?
same accord.
I like
And
or
every
somewhat.
club need to send each one of those people we need to take 1 week or 2 weeks or whatever it takes to get everybody on the same page. And once everybody's on the same page, then you're gonna have somebody like, well, I don't really think this is the right thing for me. And then now they get their ass back, get the hell
That's
out.
right.
But
And
that
then
also goes
And
back
that'll stop a lot of confusion.
to, I haven't heard anyone doing a bike blessing, and prior to the bike blessing, there's bike inspection that rolls over into the bike blessing. Don't nobody do that no more.
Well, again, like I said, see, once you get the road captains together for all that and teach them the right perspectives of what they need to be doing as being a road captain. Because I look at all these fools out here trying about being blocking traffic and all that crap, man.
They don't know
for
what they're
funeral
doing.
service and stuff like that. Well, I'm not gonna be in your pack. Simple as that. I mean, all of that. Them people need to learn how to do all of this. And this one guy that taught me all of this here is this one guy I keep telling you about, this guy named Les Nicholson.
Okay.
When we was Rams, he took us out and he made us learn all the stuff we need to learn.
Yep.
I'm serious. If you messed up, he stopped that whole pack and said, wait a minute, hold it. He pulled it over
Right.
until we got it right.
And that's what's
And-
missing.
That
And
there.
we used to ride beside a person that you used to ride. I mean, when we leave, it's certain people we ride, you know, especially in the club. If I'm used to riding beside this man, that's who I'm gonna ride beside.
Right.
I knew what he was gonna do, and he knew what I was gonna do.
And then sometimes we would switch it up.
Yeah,
So you
switch it up.
learn to know
So you
in
learn,
case
uh-huh.
that person ain't there on that run.
Well, see, that's like me and
I
a
can
man.
look at a person, I can turn around and look at a person, they know I'm finna come over that right lane.
Yeah. So we finna.
And I should
Switch
have to, you know?
That's what me and my husband used to do. Even though I'm on a trike and he was on the two wheels, we practice riding in the same lane. In the event there come an emergency situation where he need to come over, I knew what he was gonna do and he knew what I was gonna do.
Sure.
I'm gonna hang in my spot and leave him room, or
But
vice
that-
versa.
But this club thing, we need to go through, I ain't gonna say, no, I'm gonna say we, involving myself as well.
See
It's taking time to sit down with these people
Likely scam. I like this on my phone.
On one, and getting all these clubs together and sit down and talk about this and then come up with a day and say, okay, now next week, whether it's raining, snow, or whatever it's doing, we gonna make this run. We gonna do this here. Oh, well, what about my vice president? No, this ain't for him. This is for your road captain and your assistant road captain. So that means it's 2 out of every one of these clubs.
Sure.
And then the ones that don't want to participate in all this stuff like that, we know not to mess with them, period.
Yeah.
Because
They ain't ready to play
they
fair.
don't want to be about that.
Sure.
So I'm not gonna even if it's at your funeral or anybody's funeral and them people come up there and say, hey, no, you get in the back, way back there somewhere,
Right.
or go way in the front of here, everybody. You're not getting in this procession here. Why not? Because you don't know nothing about this procession. You just go on up there and do what you want to do back there or whatever.
Sure.
And everybody need to stick to that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, like I said, going to even with the business managers and all the other crap, we can sit down with them and explain to them exactly how they're
every
supposed to go.
officer in the club need to have a meeting from president all the way down
And they ain't talking about with themselves,
with
with us,
everybody.
everybody. So everybody can be on the same page about everything. So there don't be no misconception about nothing.
Right, right. And that makes sense.
And then you turn around at the end of everything and say, now, which one of you clubs is y'all, do you consider yourself as a riding club? Oh no, we're not even a riding club, we just a sports club. Okay, well then y'all sports club because y'all probably don't like the way we party over here. Because we like to hear blues, y'all like to hear, you know that. So 9 out of 10, so all us blues people gonna stick together over here. And y'all know y'all can stick together over there, so we're not gonna come in intervening in none of y'all stuff, you know. And and it'll separate a whole lot right then. That would
And that answers
smooth out
your
a whole
question.
lot about a whole lot of stuff.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And seeing that,
And then whatever they do, then that's what they do, and then whatever we do over here, that's what we do.
and that's what I think we're missing. Again, it all boils down to structure. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
But I
Once we
like
get
that
back,
idea.
yeah, it's a beautiful
Well,
idea. But you gotta have somebody take that leadership role and step up to the plate.
But the
Y'all the
first
next
thing,
generation. This is y'all the next generation right here, right now.
Exactly.
Hey man, I'm gonna leave.
And I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, this is the
I think
next.
it's a beautiful thing. And
Now-
then just like you come up with that old school granddaddy of Milwaukee, I think we need to incorporate that into our clubs.
And now I would be willing to sit down with you guys, but as far as putting it together and all that kind of stuff, I just rather for you guys to do it because it's y'all
And
time to do
rightfully
it. 'Cause you know how y'all want to do it. He was on 100.
What do you say?
Tell him what he said.
Who?
Tell him what he said, mister.
I heard him. I can't remember all what that man said.
Basically, he was talking about
Next
how we
generation.
put the older generation, get their ideas and incorporate that new feel to it and get us to support one another and can just continue to move on. With that structure, we'll be able to build a better set. We'll be able to build a better MC club or community.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it just, every time it just boils down to structure, and that's all he was saying, but getting the knowledge from the old school, you know? And he kind of said, we can't be worrying about this nation or that nation, and they go in different directions. We get the old school people together, and that's where we go. We follow that direction, you know? And it's our generation. I'm 50 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I believe it's our generation to pick up from Jelly about 83. What is it? Shotgun about 80. You know what I
look good
mean?
for 83.
So,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. we get old.
you know. And like you said though, we take that and we build upon that. You
Okay.
know, we got to stand together. That's basically it, and set the standard. You know.
So now, with that basic idea, what would you do with it?
What would I do with it? As far as
What kind of ideas come from that when you talk about, okay, I'm not gonna worry about them, this, that, and that over there. Take my OG's idea, and here's what I think is a possible way to go.
just like Jelly said, get the sergeant arms, presidents, vice presidents. They all have their separate meetings. You know what I mean? And I think that within the prospective clubs, they have to be held accountable. They have to be held accountable. If the Mighty Ram Sergeant Arms ain't on his job, then you step to me, hey, look, y'all ain't on y'all job or whatever, and hold us accountable. Bring us to the table. You know what I mean? Bring us to the table. Hey, look, this event went on and your Sergeant Arms, he went and hid in the car. You know, somebody's car or something. You know what I'm saying?
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think that's something that can be achieved within the coalition type structure?
When you say the coalition, the confederation is what you're saying.
I wouldn't call it neither one.
Is that,
Whatever you want to call it.
you saying?
I'm just saying
would we be able
within
to
that
get
type
them
of
to buy
structure.
into it?
Okay.
Well, no. What I'm saying is that those ideals that he's talking about, right? The company OG,
Okay.
will they be able to work within the structure of coalitions or whatever when you have a body of clubs that come together and say we're going to do this? Is that the proper place to present that type of knowledge?
I would think if there is the structure, if the structure is like it's supposed to be, where we go to that confederation and they actually supposed to be governing the MC community in Milwaukee, then you have to go through the proper channels. You know what I mean? You have to bring it to them, but let's just say they ain't with it. If they not with it, once again, somebody have to set the standard. If you're looking at changing the community, somebody has to step out on the limb. Sometimes, you know, you have to break rules to get things done properly. And that's just how I feel. It don't always go that way. What we have now is not working. That's just what it is. It's not working. We have to change that. What we're talking about, I believe, if I understand correctly, the reason we're sitting down now, today, is to talk about standard, community, relationship. Something has to be done to start bridging that gap, whatever it may take.
So you saying basically that somebody has to be that pioneer
Right.
to start doing what we're trying to do right here and showing that, hey, this is what we're trying to do, and eventually people are going to gravitate
They'll
to
latch
it.
on.
And those who don't gravitate to it, they just fall to the wayside.
Exactly.
They get shifted. But those who actually want to do this MC life the way it's supposed to be ran, the way it's supposed to be run with the standard and everything, are going to gravitate to it because they're going to
Exactly.
see how much fun it is again
Right.
in that standard
Exactly.
than being in this chaos.
Because you're gonna move
And
as
those
a
who
unit.
want to be in the chaos, not saying we want to blackball them, but okay,
Right,
you're not
exactly.
on the same, like what we do. You're not on the same level where we at and what we trying to do.
I can't even go to your set
Can't
night.
mess with you.
I can't even go to your set
Not
night.
saying we won't, but it's like, because you're not a part of what we're trying to do
What
and
we
what we're trying to
represent.
implement
Exactly.
and what we're trying to bring back.
Exactly.
So somebody, in my opinion, has to be that pioneer
Somebody has to be that pioneer.
and just step up and say, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start going to this set night, seeing what they are. If that set night ain't what it's supposed to be, hey, you know, not saying we're trying to critique you, but this is what we're trying to do,
Right.
you know? And if you're not gonna, like I said, I can't force you. People are wrong. You can't
Right.
force them to do
Can't force
anything.
nobody to do nothing. That's
But
right.
that don't mean that I got to adhere to what you do.
Exactly.
All right.
There's a lot of clubs here, so I can pick and choose who I
If
want
it's
to mess
one
with.
or two,
Right.
that one or two, get out and just keep doing it.
Exactly.
Well, see, now
That
that,
one or two, get out and get the rides in.
Exactly.
well, see, that's basically the same thing that I'm saying, that I was saying, but just in a different way. And y'all are saying it in a way that they could understand it better than the way that I said it.
Right.
And that's why I'm gonna say it again. Y'all the next generation.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Terminology means a lot
That is
Right.
because the tone that he's setting, everybody hears it, but the younger group wouldn't hear this tone.
Right.
So coming from, I'm not saying you that young or anything, you know what I mean? But the way you all are speaking, they maybe, what's the word I'm looking for? Hear you better than the way Jelly put it. Okay, that's all. It's all a mind thing.
I'm just listening, man. I really don't have anything, right? I'm just listening to everything.
See, he's taking it all in now.
He's
Programming
Oh,
it.
wait a minute,
And
you
he's
call
gonna
him the
come back.
sponge, didn't you?
We had something,
Oh, yeah,
the
he
next
was-
time we sit down.
Sponge it up.
You call him the
That's-
sponge, so that's what he's doing over there.
That's good. That's good too.
That's a good thing.
That has been tried before in some form. That's why I brought that up.
Okay.
Successes, failures, it was kind of loose. In trying that, kind of loose, kind of a one-to-one kind of counseling thing and whatnot. I don't know. That's just me from sitting from where I am. I don't necessarily. I don't know. I think that can work to some degree, but I don't know just how far it can go. I guess you have to involve the right people who have to be respected in that matter. You know what I'm saying? Because now I look at myself emceeing, and there's not a whole lot of people that I'm listening to. See what I'm saying?
Oh, you sure you ain't gonna listen to me, right? I'm playing.
So I know how stubborn I can be. You know what I'm saying? But if you got my ear, you got my ear. You know what I'm saying? So some of these kids, or I ain't gonna call them kids, because these are adults. You know, they got their own family lives and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. What we're talking about is MCing and structure, and what you're saying. And some of their structures may be a little suspect in what that is.
And see, and I think that's why you have to understand the definition of what an MC is. First, you got to understand what an MC is. So me, my personal belief, what an MC is riding, you know, obviously.
Sure.
You know, community activism, you know what I'm saying? All of that, because especially here in the Midwest, we got our riding season and we got our off season. So what are you doing in your off season? What makes you an MC in the off season when you ain't riding? You know what I mean?
Especially here when we got,
Right. So, you know, I'm gonna be an MC only during riding season where I get on my iron and ride, or am I gonna be an MC during the summer and the winter? And if you're gonna be an MC during the winter, part of that is fellowshipping. Part of that is still being in the community. You know what I'm saying? That's what an MC is to me. You know, I saw that with the Rams when I was young. You know, they had a couple of events where they was dealing with unemployment. I got an article from back in the 70s when they was dealing with unemployment. You know, they was part of that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? That's an MC.
Yeah.
You know, the
Well, you're part of
holidays.
the larger culture ahead, so whatever's going on in the larger culture is gonna affect your MC.
Exactly.
So widespread unemployment, when the drug thing hit, it tore the fucking MCs up.
Right, exactly.
Everybody agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when the crack thing hit, it tore up the fucking MCs.
Yeah.
That's one common theme that I get over and over from talking to my old school cats. Man, when fucking drugs hit, we were partying. Next thing we know, it partied out. You know, it ravaged the MC.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, okay, you know, so you're part of the largest substructure of what a community is and this, that, and the other.
Right.
So anything that's gonna go on, it's gonna definitely affect the MC.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, we do this, I always say that I'm a professional biker. The job is just there to pay for this.
It's like that,
Yeah, right, you know,
yeah,
but this is really what I wanna do every day, all day, and this, that, and the other.
Exactly.
And I think we reflected in how we move as a unit. Because I tell them all the time, I do raw iron every day. It's not a day that something is going on in raw iron. See what I'm saying? That's why I love your cooking. You know, the idea of it and the cookout and things of that nature. What am I doing? I'm doing raw iron.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, and I don't expect everybody to have that type of attitude towards the thing. But again, that's why I'm here today. You know, at the end of the day, I care about the bikers and I care about the biker set.
Exactly.
You know,
And that's what I'm saying. Once we develop that understanding
Sure.
of what you're MCing about,
right.
then you can go and you can deal with all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And those who are gonna follow is gonna follow, and those who are not about MCing but only being part-time,
Sure.
they're gonna fall to the wayside. That's just what it is.
Sure.
Because you ain't gonna have no perfect environment.
No,
and
no,
You know
no,
what I'm saying?
that's true.
You're
And that's
not gonna
actually
have that.
what happened years ago. Now I'll tell you, you had the bikers, then you had the bike racers, then you had the wannabes. Well, the wannabes went to the wayside, and so did the bike racers. They kind of like did what they was gonna do, and they stayed out of our way. The ones that was the bike racers, and then the wannabes, they just sizzled out because
They
wasn't
didn't
perfect.
fit.
And eventually, that's what's gonna happen this time around too.
Sure.
It's gonna be the same thing.
It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
Shake off some of this stuff. That's really.
Yeah.
Really my,
Trying to eat now, y'all. Yeah.
Oh.
Are you?
Get some something to eat.
Well, since y'all insist.
Are you taking our video now, wasn't me?